Step into the shadows with 10 creepy hidden horror gems you can stream right now. From pulse-pounding scares to twisted tales of terror, these chilling pics will crawl into your mind and stay there. Number 10. Be My Cat, a film for Anne.
Action!
What should I do with you now?
An aspiring Romanian filmmaker named Adrian becomes obsessed with Hollywood actress Anne Hathaway and vows to lure her to Romania for his ambitious passion project. He recruits 3 local actresses under false pretenses to film demo scenes meant as proof of his vision, gradually blurring the line between cinematic rehearsal and real life. As his methods grow increasingly disturbing, the camera becomes witness to a mounting psychosis where performers are trapped and art becomes a weapon. Be My Cat is a raw, found footage descent into obsession and control. Its chilling power lies in how the facade of filmmaking conceals a darker hunger for dominance, and the very tools of creation turn into instruments of terror. Number 9. Penumbra.
Excellent selection.
No.
Marga, a sharp-tongued real estate agent, is stuck in Buenos Aires for a day trying to rent out an old apartment before flying home. But as a rare solar eclipse darkens the sky, she finds herself trapped in the flat with strange tenants who seem more interested in her than the property. As time ticks forward and visitors arrive under eerie pretenses, the ordinary showing spirals into a ritualistic nightmare. Her phone dies, the light fades, and the building begins to feel less like a home and more like a tomb. Penumbra is a chilling occult thriller that cloaks its horror in broad daylight, where paranoia seeps through every knock at the door and every flicker of shadow. Number 8. Butterfly Kisses.
But for the past 80 years, it has become something far more sinister.
It got a little upsetting after that.
A box of forgotten tapes reveals a chilling student documentary investigating an urban legend. Stare down a haunted tunnel without blinking, and Peeping Tom will get one step closer every time you shut your eyes. When Gavin York, a desperate filmmaker, discovers the footage, he decides to finish the project, blurring the lines between documentary and obsession. As he retraces the students' steps and edits their footage into his own film, something begins stalking him too. Every frame becomes a threat, every blink a countdown. With doubt mounting and paranoia bleeding through the lens, reality fractures into nightmare. Butterfly Kisses is a haunting found footage descent that questions belief, ambition, and the price of proof. Number 7. Final Prayer.
You ever seen anything like this before? Father Greg! Oh, Christ!
A remote church in the British countryside has become the center of unsettling phenomena. Lights flicker, voices echo, and prayers fall into darkness. To find reason in the supernatural, a Vatican investigation team arrives, armed with cameras, theology, and scientific skepticism. But as they cross the threshold, their instruments fail. Doubt seeps in, and each holy supplication becomes a struggle. The line between faith and fear fractures in halls where shadows whisper and miracle may be a mask for something far older. Final Prayer is a found footage descent into religious dread and cosmic blasphemy. Directed by Elliot Goldner, it weaves ritual, paranoia, and spectral doubt into a confessional of terror, where every plea might awaken something that listens too closely. Number 6. The Blackwell Ghost.
We're sorry, the number you have reached is not in service. Please check the number or try your call again.
A skeptical filmmaker sets out to disprove the paranormal, documenting his stay in a supposedly haunted Pennsylvania home, where a woman allegedly murdered and hid multiple victims. With his wife by his side, he installs cameras throughout the house, expecting silence, but what they capture defies explanation. Subtle disturbances build with quiet menace. Flickering lights, phantom footsteps, and a presence just beyond the lens. As nights stretch longer and logic unravels, the line between investigator and victim begins to fade. There are no jump scares or wild theatrics, just creeping dread and the feeling that someone, or something, is always watching. The film is a chilling descent into the unknown where each frame dares you to keep watching, even when you know you shouldn't. Before we move to number 5, I want to ask you something. I recently started a new channel called VHSscreams. It's where I tell true, terrifying stories mixed with chilling fiction, all in first person. So you feel like you're living the nightmare yourself. Each story pulls you deeper. The sounds, the fear, the moments that stay with you long after it's over. It would honestly mean the world if you checked it out. The link's in the description and at the end of this video. Only if you'd like to, no pressure. Just if you want to step a little further into the dark with me. Number 5, Elzebuth. Detective Emmanuel Ritter is haunted by a childhood tragedy. His newborn son was slaughtered in a hospital massacre, and years later he's drawn into a new wave of brutal killings at an elementary school. As the bodies pile up, each atrocity seems to echo his past. Ritter reluctantly joins forces with a renegade Vatican investigator and a mysterious excommunicated priest to hunt down a lurking evil. The deeper they dig, the more they realize these massacres may be driven by supernatural forces rather than mere human cruelty. Elzebuth is a nightmarish fusion of detective procedural and occult horror, layering mass trauma with demonic dread. Number 4, History of the Occult.
¿Cuál es la amenaza?
It's 1987 in Buenos Aires. The late-night news show 60 Minutos Antes de la Medianoche prepares a final broadcast meant to expose a dark conspiracy, the government secretly backed by a corporate coven. As the studio gears up for live confessions and revelations, the show's off-air producers scramble from a hidden safe house, racing the clock to secure evidence, fight hallucinations, and navigate hidden cult rituals. Shadows ripple through the broadcast feed. Every moment bends closer to transcendence or collapse. The film is a sleek political occult horror filmed in black and white until the climax bursts into color, layering media paranoia with cosmic tension. Directed and written by Christian Ponce, it turns a news show into a ritual altar where truth is a spell and the final minute may awaken what governments tried to bury. Number 3, Hard Labor.
O lugar tá mobiliado com tudo, Otávio. Prateleira, freezer.
Helena, a middle-class São Paulo housewife, decides to open a small grocery store. But when her husband Otávio is suddenly laid off, the pressure mounts, and strange things begin to infiltrate daily life. Stock disappears. A damp, black stain seeps through walls and shadows move in the aisles. She hires a live-in maid, Paula, to help with the house and store, but the boundaries between work, home, and horror blur. Reality warps into something uncanny as the supermarket itself seems to harbor a living rot beneath its floors. Hard Labor is a ghostly drama wrapped in dread, where economic collapse and spectral disturbance entwine. The film delivers horror through texture and silence. Every mundane failure becomes its own kind of terror. Number 2, Phenomena.
Comes the chilling tale of a young girl trapped in a web of evil.
Jennifer Corvino, a shy teenager with a mysterious gift, arrives at a remote Swiss boarding school plagued by a string of brutal murders. But Jennifer isn't like the other girls. She can telepathically communicate with insects. As the killings draw closer, her bond with the natural world becomes her only defense and her deadliest weapon. Guided by swarms and visions, she joins forces with an eccentric entomologist to uncover a truth far more grotesque than anyone imagined. Blending fairy tale elegance with grotesque horror, Phenomena unfolds like a fever dream soaked in blood and crawling with wings. Each step brings Jennifer closer to a killer hiding in plain sight, and a destiny far stranger than death. The film is a hypnotic and surreal nightmare where nature itself becomes both protector and predator. Number 1, The House at the End of Time. Dulce, a mother accused of murdering her husband and losing her son under impossible circumstances, returns decades later to the crumbling house where it all began. Now, under house arrest, she's forced to confront the eerie silence, unexplained phenomena, and the chilling memories buried within its walls. But as days pass and time unravels, she begins to uncover a far more terrifying truth, one that bends logic, rewrites the past, and reaches across dimensions. Doors open to different years, shadows know her name, and the house itself seems alive with purpose. The film is a masterful blend of ghost story and time loop tragedy, where every haunting has a reason and every scream echoes twice. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. Willy's Wonderland. A nameless drifter's car breaks down in a remote town and he's offered a deal. Spend the night cleaning an abandoned children's entertainment center in exchange for repairs. But the center hides a terrifying secret. Its animatronic mascots are possessed by demonic spirits. As night falls, each room becomes a violent showdown between man and machine. The Bay.
We could easily be looking at a new form evolve.
Go away!
On July 4th, a peaceful coastal town in Maryland erupts into chaos as residents fall victim to a bizarre and deadly infection. Told through found footage from news crews, webcams, and phones, the film pieces together how a parasitic outbreak in the water spiraled out of control. The house on Pine Street.
Jenny, what's wrong?
What did you see? No!
Jennifer, a pregnant woman recovering from a mental breakdown, returns to her hometown and moves into a rental house with her husband. Soon, she experiences strange noises, ghostly figures, and escalating paranormal disturbances. As her isolation grows, Jennifer begins to question her sanity and whether something evil inhabits the home. The line between psychological torment and supernatural threat becomes disturbingly thin. The house is October built.
We're in the middle of nowhere in our RV.
Yeah, I know. It's what we've been wanting.
One more day. It's all Halloween. We go home tomorrow.
A group of friends travel across the U.S. in search of the most extreme haunted house attractions. They document their journey, interviewing scare actors and exploring increasingly intense haunts. But their fun turns terrifying when a mysterious group known as Blue Skeleton begins following them. What starts as a thrill-seeking road trip becomes a deadly descent into real horror.